Hey teammates, I'm Addy, and this is my audition video. I am 21 years old. I'm a freshman at St. Cloud State University. I'm majoring in film studies, considering throwing graphic design in there as a double major. I want to make LGBT-themed films. And I'm originally from, I'm going to say St. Paul because I moved around a lot, but my parents currently live in Oakdale, Minnesota. But now I live in St. Cloud, Minnesota, because I go to St. Cloud State. I'm super involved in school. Like, I have about 45 minutes a week of downtime. Not really, but a lot. I am the official note taker in Out Loud, which is our student activist group. And basically, we fight homophobia and heterosexism through educational and entertaining programming. So like the drag show goes through there, and any kind of queer-related programming goes through there, and it's super fun, super cool. I never thought I'd really like activist-type activities, and I love it. I'm also a co-chair of GLBT Alliance. Like, so I know some schools have like Queer Straight Alliance, some have Gay Straight Alliance. It's the same thing. We meet on Thursday nights for St. Cloud students. That's in the Union Room, not the Union Room, the Glacier Room in Atwood at 7 o'clock on Thursday nights. And right before that, I'm also a part of the Transgender and Ally group. We meet at 5:30 to 6:30 in the Union Room in Atwood. So if any SCSU students are watching and want to come, please feel free. You know my face. Just walk up to me and be like, "Hey, what up?" And I'll say hi, because that's what you do when someone says hi to you. You say hi back. Mind blowing, isn't it? I was gonna tell you about. Oh, I'm also the vice president of Students for Choice, and I'm a participant in the drag show. I'm a drag king. I love it. I love drag so much. It's so much fun. I was gonna tell you about things I love, but I pretty much love everything. There's very few things I hate, and I'm not gonna tell you about the things I don't like because they could be used against me, like certain words that give me the willies. Some important things to know about me. One, I have depression and anxiety issues. I'm in the treatment diagnosis stage, so like we're just trying to figure out what kind of medication I should be on, what dosage, all that stuff. I also have 2 eating disorders, a really counterproductive combination of anorexia and binge eating. They cancel each other out. It's a little chaotic, but I'm working on that too to get better. Also, something super fun. I identify as bigender, which, for those of you who don't know, it's under the transgender umbrella. And it's basically, with transgender, you usually identify as the gender opposite of your sex. So when you're born male, you identify as female, and when you're born female, you identify as male. And genderqueer is where you don't really identify with either gender. I identify with both. And it's not like 50-50, like every other day I feel different. It's just in moment to moment. I relate as a man, and sometimes I relate as a woman. It's really complicated, but that's where drag comes in, because I get to play that male role without having to commit to doing it all the time, because it gets really exhausting. My other identity is, I usually say bisexual or pansexual. When I just identify as queer. I come from a group of people that have taken queer back. And basically, I'm queer. And my theory is, if you're going to fall in love with someone or be sexually attracted to someone, it doesn't really matter what's in their pants. Like, if 2 people have chemistry, they have chemistry. And then you can't fight that. Let's see here. I can tell you about my partner now. My partner's name is Trevor. He is 22 years old. He also goes to St. Cloud State, where he's a senior, but he just changed his major to communication studies from computer sciences, so he's going to be there for at least another year. He's also minoring in computer science. He grew up in Ashby, Minnesota, which is, I think, an hour towards North Dakota from here. We had to drive through Alexandria to get there. But he lives in St. Cloud now. He is the drag show chair of Out Loud. And basically, he plans the drag show, which is super fun. And he goes to Alliance. He's part of Transgender and Ally meetings. And just super cool. Like, he's super busy, though. He works at a group home, and he loves that. He loves Superman. borderline obsessed. He loves the show Smallville. Let's see what else does he love. He loves Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. We watched Buffy last night. It was super cool. He's a really snappy dresser, and he has a faux hawk kind of right now. He went through a phase where he cut it off a couple months after he came out as trans. So, but now it's making a comeback. It's super cute. He has his lip pierced right here, and his eyebrow pierced, and a bunch of earrings, and he looks super cool. And he has a Superman tattoo. And by Superman tattoo, I mean Smallville tattoo. But it's on his bicep, and I love bicep tattoos on men. Super, super sexy. Let's see here. He doesn't really have an identity right now, as in like gay, straight, bisexual. He's just, because he's kind of trying to figure it out, which, I mean, sexuality is super fluid, so it's always going to change, and that's how it goes. Alrighty, Trevor and I met on September 1st, 2010, and we were at Main Street. Basically, all student organizations gather in this big cement area between buildings, and they have tables, and you can kind of go and like pick and choose the ones you want to go to, and they're all of them like sports teams, everything. And we met at the Out Loud table, and I surprised everyone by actually showing up to Out Loud, which I guess new queers don't do. Like, we call them queerlings. And we kept getting closer and closer, and then we liked each other, and we went to the homecoming dance on October 23rd, I believe. Yeah, it's October 23rd. And we ended up saying that we liked each other, and then we watched movies for a while afterwards at my place, and then we ended up having our first kiss in the rain at 7 o'clock in the morning, because we had been up really late watching movies. Nothing dirty happened, I promise. And it was perfect. Like, we both went in for it, and it wasn't like super awkward. It was just perfect, and there was fireworks and sparks, and it was super cute. So when we officially started dating, I asked him out on October 25th, 2010. And then, let's see here, he came out to me as transgender on October 29th, 2010. Yep. So it wasn't a big shock, because he told me, and I just looked at him and went, okay. And, you know, I had to do a little switching pronouns, and it got kind of hard. But, like, we're working through everything, and I'm super excited for him to, like, start testosterone and get his top surgery and just, like, all this stuff that's happening for him, and it's super cool, and, like, he just inspires me to, like, be myself at all times and, like, screw what other people thinks. And he's so funny. And he's super sweet and so, like, loving. And he's super patient, because he puts up with my craziness all the time. Alright, my final thing, I made an outline, because I tend to babble. My final thing to talk about in this audition video is what I can bring to this channel. I feel like I can bring a different perspective, because I do identify as bigender. And I also feel like I can bring some funny to the channel. Not that there isn't already funny on the channel, but I tend to crack jokes a lot. And, like, I'm at the point in my life where I'm done lying to people, and I'm trying to be super honest with everybody. And I feel like just I can bring that honesty and that humor, and I'm very sarcastic, and that's part of my humor. And just, I feel like I have a lot to offer this channel. And I really just want to share mine and Trevor's story with everybody, and, you know, you gotta love who you love, and screw what other people think, because at the end of the day, it's about whether or not you're happy. Like, and that's how I like to look at life. Like, yeah, there might be people that disapprove of my relationship, but I don't disapprove of my relationship. Like, I'm the happiest I've ever been, and it hasn't even been 4 months yet. It will be 4 months on February 25th, which is sometime next week, and I'm super excited. Even though we don't really, like, celebrate month-iversaries, it's still like, another milestone. And then Trevor will be almost 4 months old, which is super cool. So I really hope you guys pick me to be a new addition to the TMatesFTM channel, and I really look forward to being a part of this experience. Bye, everybody.